Have you ever felt that sharing too much with your family could sometimes lead to unintended consequences? As we grow older, there's a natural tendency to be open and honest with our loved ones, believing that complete transparency is always the best choice. However, the truth is that some things are best kept to ourselves, not out of secrecy, but out of wisdom. Not everything needs to be said, and in certain situations, keeping a few things private can help you maintain both peace of mind and healthy relationships. In this video, we'll explore 5 things you might want to keep to yourself after 65. This isn't about being dishonest or distancing yourself from others, but about preserving your independence, reducing unnecessary stress, and ensuring that your personal boundaries are respected. You may be surprised to discover how much peace you can gain by keeping certain matters to yourself. Stay with us until the end, because these 5 insights could transform the way you engage with your family, offering you greater freedom as you move into the later stages of life. Let's dive in. Number 1. Financial decisions and assets. One of the most sensitive topics as we age is money. You might think that being completely open about your financial situation with your family will prevent misunderstandings, but in reality, it often creates more problems than it solves. Sharing every detail about your savings, investments, or even how much you've set aside for the future can lead to unsolicited advice, pressure, or even family conflicts, especially when different generations have different views on money. Some family members may mean well, but their concerns or opinions can start to feel like interference. In some unfortunate cases, people who were once distant suddenly become very interested in your finances once they realize what you have. You might have seen it happen before. Someone in your age group shares their financial plans with their children only to find that their decisions are questioned at every turn. Maybe you've seen a friend deal with constant pressure about how they should spend their money. Whether it's being told they should downsize, invest differently, or set aside more for grandchildren, it's one thing to get advice when you ask for it, but when people start thinking they have a say in your personal choices, it can quickly become frustrating. The reality is, once you let people in on your full financial picture, you can't take that knowledge back. There's also the matter of personal control. If your family starts seeing you as someone who's not making the best financial decisions, they might feel justified in stepping in. Sometimes with good intentions, but not always in a way that respects your independence. You might hear comments like, "Are you sure you should be spending that much?" Or, "Wouldn't it be smarter to give some of that away now instead of later?" Even if no one directly pressures you, just knowing that others are watching and analyzing your choices can feel uncomfortable. This doesn't mean you should never talk about finances with your family. It's smart to have clear estate plans and to communicate necessary details when the time is right. But you don't have to share everything. The exact amount of money you have, what you spend on yourself, or even whether you've made a new investment. These are things that are yours to manage. If keeping some financial matters private allows you to enjoy your life without unnecessary opinions or pressure, then that's not secrecy, it's wisdom. Number 2, minor health concerns that aren't urgent. As we grow older, it's normal to experience more aches, pains, and discomforts. Naturally, we want to share these things with our loved ones. They care about us, and we feel they should know what's happening. But there's a fine line between keeping family informed about important health matters and burdening them with every minor issue. Constantly mentioning every small health concern can unintentionally cause unnecessary stress and worry. You may have noticed this before, bringing up something as simple as joint pain, only to find yourself in a full-blown discussion about whether you should see a doctor, change your diet, or try a new supplement. Family members, especially younger ones, often have the best intentions, but their concern can sometimes turn into pressure. Before you know it, they're researching treatments, booking appointments, or reminding you to take better care of yourself, as if you haven't been managing your own health for years. Beyond that, there's a psychological impact. If you frequently talk about minor health issues, your family might start seeing you as more fragile than you really are. Their perception can shift, leading them to treat you differently, perhaps with excessive caution, hesitation to invite you to certain activities, or even suggesting extra help when all you did was mention a little knee pain. Of course, Significant health concerns that affect daily life should be shared, especially if family support is needed. But choosing not to discuss minor discomforts isn't about secrecy, it's about maintaining your independence. You have the right to manage your own well-being without unnecessary interventions or stress. Sometimes saying less is the best way to stay in control of your own health. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support allows us to keep bringing you content that informs and inspires. Now let's continue. Number 3, your true thoughts on family conflicts. Family dynamics can be complicated, and as we get older, we often find ourselves in the middle of situations we never asked to be part of. Siblings arguing over an inheritance, adult children holding grudges, extended family members who don't get along. These things happen in almost every family. When you've lived long enough, you've seen patterns repeat, old wounds resurface, and history repeat itself. It's tempting to step in, offer advice, or share exactly what you think about who's right and who's wrong. But more often than not, doing so only adds fuel to the fire. Maybe you've experienced this before, trying to mediate a dispute only to find that both sides suddenly turn against you. Or you offer a strong opinion, thinking you're helping, only to realize later that your words were taken the wrong way. The hard truth is that family conflicts have a way of sorting themselves out, or not, regardless of your input. When people finally do move on, they tend to remember what was said in the heat of the moment. If you take sides or express a strong opinion, you might find that even after the argument is long forgotten, the resentment toward you still lingers. This is especially important when it comes to opinions about younger family members. Saying what you really think about a son-in-law, a daughter's parenting style, or a relative's life choices might feel honest in the moment, but those words have a way of sticking. People rarely forget when they feel judged or criticized, even if your intentions were good. What feels like helpful advice to you might feel like rejection to them, and that can create emotional distance that never quite heals. That's why one of the wisest things you can do after 65 is to practice selective silence. You don't have to agree with everything or pretend problems don't exist, but you also don't have to comment on every family situation. Instead of giving an opinion, sometimes the best response is a simple, "I hope things work out for the best," or "I trust you'll make the right decision." This allows you to stay connected without getting pulled into drama that ultimately isn't yours to fix. Keeping certain thoughts to yourself can be the key to maintaining peace, not just for your family, but for yourself. Number 4, your regrets about the past. As the years go by, it's natural to reflect on the past, on choices made, opportunities missed, and paths not taken. Regret is something that everyone experiences in one way or another, but that doesn't mean it always needs to be shared, especially with family. You might feel the urge to talk about things you wish you had done differently, whether it's how you handled your career, how you raised your children, or decisions that shaped your life. But what you see as honesty or self-reflection can sometimes be misinterpreted by those closest to you. When parents or grandparents express regret about the past, children often take it personally. If you mention that you wish you had spent less time working and more time with family, your children might hear, "I wasn't a good enough parent." If you say you regret not moving to a different city or pursuing a different dream, they might take it as an indirect way of saying your life with them wasn't fulfilling, even if that's not what you meant. Those words can linger and create unnecessary guilt or resentment. The same goes for regrets about relationships. Talking about a past love, even in a harmless way, can make your spouse or family members feel like they were a second choice. Even reflecting on friendships that drifted apart or opportunities that slipped away can shift the way people see you. Instead of remembering the strong, resilient person they've always known, they might start seeing you as someone who is stuck in the past. That's why some regrets are best kept to yourself. It's okay to think about them, to process them, and even to learn from them. But dwelling on them in front of family doesn't change what's already happened. More often than not, it only places a burden on those who love you. The past can't be rewritten, but the way you carry it forward is entirely up to you. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, the full extent of your financial situation. Money is one of the most complicated topics in any family. It can bring people together, but it can also create tension, misunderstandings, and even conflict. As you get older, you may feel the need to share more details about your financial situation with your family. Whether it's how much you've saved, what you plan to leave behind, or even financial struggles you're facing. While there are some cases where it makes sense to discuss certain financial matters, being too open about money can sometimes do more harm than good. One of the biggest risks of revealing too much about your finances is that it can change how people treat you. If your family knows you have a comfortable amount saved, you may find that some relatives start looking at you differently, perhaps even expecting financial help or subtly hinting at what they hope to inherit. On the other hand, if you reveal that you're struggling, you might find that your loved ones start worrying about you too much, or, in some cases, even questioning your financial decisions. Either way, money has a way of shifting relationships, and once that happens, it's hard to undo. As you age, the issue of independence becomes more apparent. The more your family knows about your finances, the more likely they may feel entitled to offer unsolicited financial advice. Some might even start making decisions for you, believing they're being helpful, but in reality, they could be taking away your ability to manage your own affairs. Before you know it, you might find yourself being told where to live, how to spend, or what's best for you. All because you shared financial information that, looking back, might have been better kept private. This doesn't mean you should hide everything. If you have a trusted individual, like a financial advisor or an executor for your estate, it's smart to have your plans documented. However, beyond that, it's often best to share only what's necessary. By keeping certain details to yourself, you can maintain control over your financial future while avoiding unwanted advice, stress, or tension. If you've ever noticed how conversations about money can shift the dynamics of a relationship, then you understand why this topic is so important. At the end of the day, your finances are your responsibility, and maintaining a level of privacy can help keep your family bonds rooted in love and respect rather than financial expectations. To wrap up, we've explored how privacy and the wisdom gained over the years can help us preserve our peace, dignity, and relationships. It's important to remember that not everything needs to be shared. Sometimes knowing when to stay silent is one of the wisest choices we can make. The beauty of aging lies in gaining clarity about what truly matters: our peace of mind, independence, and the quality of our connections. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit from this information, and subscribe to our channel. Elderly Knowledge. Your support allows us to continue creating content that inspires and motivates us all to live a fuller, healthier life. We'd love to hear from you. What did you learn today? How do you plan to apply these insights in your own life? Drop a comment below. Your thoughts are valuable to us, and we're always eager to know how we can improve. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. See you soon.